So obviously, Asian American representation in the media, or lack thereof, is a contentious subject to say the least. Even more so now with examples of Hollywood whitewashing practices still alive in everyone's minds. Need I remind everyone about this, or that, or this, or that? And with the release of the trailer for The Great Wall starring Matt Damon coming out about 2 weeks ago, no doubt all of your Facebook feeds were inundated with the red-hot vitriol of the internet clamoring for more diversity. So with that said, I decided to get the opinions of the people most directly affected by Hollywood's lack of diversity, namely up-and-coming talent directly or indirectly inside the Asian American community. I went to We on the 8th, a self-proclaimed Asian American arts collective started by everyone's favorite lost boy turned fire lord, Dante Basco. Talking to young actors, directors, and producers, I asked them where they thought Asian Americans are in the media and how much further they have to go. Quick side note, I actually shot this piece about a year ago in 2015, but it's kind of funny, but more sad, that you could basically take the interview I did in 2015, apply it to 2016, and the entire conversation would all still be relevant. You can literally take out 2015's hot button issue, Aloha with Emma Stone, replace it with 2016's Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, and you basically get the same conversation. Kind of shows how seriously Hollywood is taking its issue with lack of diversity. So yes, I have been procrastinating, but so has Hollywood. Anyways, here's the video. If you liked hearing what these guys had to say, then please like and share to keep the conversation going, and of course, thanks for watching.
I first heard about We on the 8th at a panel at UCLA where Dante Basco was speaking, and I was trying to do this project Cross, and I was trying to find some actors to be in the project, specifically my lead actor, and Dante recommended that I come and check it out, so I came to the next meeting that next month.
We own the 8th because I have a common friend with that knows Dante Basco, so he invited me here a couple of months ago. And since then, I've been here.
We on the 8th is a collective, a monthly collective, to gather all groups of people. It started primarily as, I'd say, Asian American, but we welcome anyone and everyone who is willing to come in. And really it's just to showcase the voices that people have.
Well, as far as I understand it, it's a way to empower the Asian community to have a stronger place in the film industry.
Really, this is about promoting Asian Americans in media, especially with the arts and creativity within the industry of Hollywood, music, performance, the arts. It's just really about like getting a face out there of Asian Americans in the industry.
What is We on the 8th? We on the 8th is a community that brings artists together and helps them blossom, promotes creativity, and creates opportunities for underrepresented communities in the entertainment industry.
It is a chance to fly, I think. It's a chance to fly, man. As an Asian American artist in Los Angeles, you can really feel grounded, and you may not feel like you have the support to be able to soar. But to find this kind of community, you find your identity, you find your own strength.
I'm not one of the leaders or anything, but from coming to meetings now for over a year, it's about promoting Asian Americans in media, and definitely to increase representation in content, whether you are a filmmaker, an artist, a musician, a painter, a poet, anything, to just trying to get your voice heard so that there's greater representation.
Well, I mean, the cause is just. I think that, I think there needs to be, I've been a performer, I'm like an actor, and I know that there needs to be like more opportunities for like Asian people to get roles, in lead roles especially.
When I moved to LA about a year ago, and when I moved out to LA, I didn't know anyone, and finding We on the 8th made me feel like I met the people that I would otherwise meet years from now in the industry.
I don't know, it's just a great group of people. Like the vibe of the organization just keeps bringing me back.
I think right now it's good because we have, there's more of a face to it, which shows like, Fresh Off the Boat and Dr. Kid is coming, and you have like strong Asian characters and other shows like Community. But I think it's always a growth process. You know what I mean? Like we still don't have that like Cosby Show, 227 Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like back to back to back happening yet, but we're getting there.
In American media, I think we are still severely underrepresented. Greatly underrepresented. I think we are at a cornerstone though, a milestone. We are beginning to shed light on Asian American culture and community.
Yeah, I think anybody who's not a white male heterosexual we all need to start pushing voices more. I mean, I'm Mexican American, but still it's the same thing. It's the way media has been is one particular type of voice, and to try to get more voices out there, because that's what the people in the country look like. Not everybody is white, and not everybody has that same story, and there's so much potential in different types of storytelling that having more voices will just open that up and create more interesting content.
Do we need it? Absolutely. Why? Because we need a support from each other. If we don't have a support, then what's gonna happen to us? Nothing.
I think so, absolutely. I think Asian Americans need something to centralize, creative ones, so that they know that they're not alone, or they know that their stories are represented by more than just themselves. There's other people that have the same kind of stories that they do.
Yes, absolutely.
I guess specifically, if they're both going for one role, it depends on who's offering that role. I don't want to say that like Asians have it like completely harder, like just that much harder than white people, because even random white people against random white people, like one of them is gonna find it harder. Until there's more people, like more roles, I guess, and more people like trying to get those roles. It's just by numbers, just by the odds. Like it is harder for just to see like an Asian American.
Well, I really wish I knew more about that. I don't know that I can speak to it really, except I hope that it has gotten easier. I imagine it's gotten easier than it was quite a while ago, and I hope that we're making progress and continue to.
Oh, it's absolutely difficult, way harder. You have to be, you have to be twice as good, work twice as hard just to get the same chance. So right off the bat, it feels like you're at a disadvantage, man. But I think there's a change that's happening, and you can feel it, man. It's a vibe that happens in this community.
I don't think they have a motivation. I think they just can't see anything other than white people.
That's a big question. I think a lot of it just has to do with what people are familiar with, and so like Hollywood started, and it was founded by I think mostly white Americans, and that's the type of stories that got told. Those are the type of people that they hired. With the increase of immigrant populations, though, you have Asian Americans being born in the United States who feel part of the United States but don't feel represented in the United States. So I think it just is going to take time, and this is like that moment for people of color of different backgrounds to push forward and have their voice be heard.
The thing is, we don't own the studios. Like, it's up to them to like make their money, and like I don't know, it's just hard for me to be mad at them for like not giving me their attention. Like I don't like it, but like what are we gonna do? Like that just means that we have to work on our own. Studios are responsible for their decisions. They know what they're doing. It's like they don't have to cater to us directly. But the thing is, like, if there's more talent that like goes into it, if we give them more of the choice, then they can't help but look at us, and they can't help but hire like people with talent.
I think it's a recurring thing in Hollywood because they don't believe in the star power of their actors, of Asian actors. Like they just want more money, I think is what it is. And for studios and for directors, the only way that they can ensure, that whatever movie makes it big is just by casting whoever can make the most money, and that's white people. Just because, or that's what they think.
Because being white is the default. It is the easy way to tell a story, I think. And you'll be able to hit a larger demographic. But I always think that if the directors and the casting directors are doing their job, they will dare to choose the right people to tell the story. And I think right now in our country that it's in our pulse right now, the pulse of America, it's happening. And I think if the heart keeps beating, if this pulse keeps going, the blood will keep flowing, and we'll be able to hit that story that we deserve to tell. And they will let us. If they don't let us, we will fight for it and allow ourselves to do it.
There's still a long way to go. A long way to go. I mean, Fresh Off the Boat is awesome because it's a starting point, but it's still. I think they will break grounds. I think so.
The thing is, like, parents don't want their kids to be in the entertainment industry. Like, but parents, like, all over the place, they don't ever see that as, like, a viable thing. You know, they struggle, they work hard to bust out of, like, a third world country, and then they want you to succeed. And the fact is, they don't see this as guaranteed, like, success and happiness in life.
You know, Arrival is never complete. You know, like after the Cosby Show, we had arrived. After Living Single, we had arrived. After, right now, Blackish, we've arrived. Empire, we've arrived. But we're always arriving again, like, as, I'm speaking as a black man. So I think it isn't until it's not special anymore that we've actually arrived. When, like, I'm not looking at the show thinking, oh yeah, an Asian show. It's like, this is a great show, and it happens to star Asians. That's when we've arrived.
It's a start. It's definitely a start. It's literally, I think, the first step. People are finally seeing it. Fresh Off the Boat was a half season the first time around last year. Now it's got a full season order. So, it's finally proving that Asian Americans can be funny as in a sitcom, or they have a story that people will follow into. And it's not just this cliched thing.
I mean, they're making big leaps and bounds. So, like, huge congratulations to the cast and crew of Fresh Off the Boat, as well as Dr. Ken. But, I think that sometimes the mainstream industry will give you, like, a little slice, like they did with Margaret Cho back in the 90s, like American Me, or like the George Lopez show for Latinos. It's like, okay, that's enough. But no, it's like you got to keep the momentum going and just keep building and capitalizing. That it's great strides, it's a great breakthrough, but you can't stop. Yeah, I think every underrepresented group has a long way to go, because if you look at the movies and TV shows that come out, different diverse faces aren't generally on there unless they're token characters or sidekicks or just like stereotypes. So until the media feels like we're offering, or that they're offering, a more broad or open perspective into what the country looks like, that everyone's going to still have a long way to go.
You know what, man? I think that if we keep telling the stories, that we keep putting in quality work that we're doing, keep, like, chugging away, it doesn't matter if it gets easier, it doesn't matter if it gets harder. As long as we're telling those stories and we continue to do so, it's all that matters.